Hello, everybody. Welcome to a topical update here. This is the wide view of Atlantic right now. Of course, we got really only one thing to talk about here, and that, of course, is Major Hurricane ETA nearing landfall here near Nicaragua as a 150 mile per hour major Category 4 hurricane here, forecast to further intensify to a Category 5 hurricane here near landfall near Nicaragua. Let's take a look at the latest forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center. Center is currently located at 14.1 degrees north, 82.7 degrees west. Maximum sustained 1-minute winds at 150 miles per hour, of course, making this a Category 4 storm. Moving west-southwest at 7 miles per hour as of this newest advisory from the National Hurricane Center to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time advisory. And then later forecasted to later on re-emerge back over the Caribbean here and further intensify back up to a tropical storm status here as either threatens Cuba or perhaps Florida here. There's a really wide range of possibilities. Look at the models in the long term here, so just keep an eye on this later on down the line. But immediately wise, again, forecast to reach Category 5 intensity here before landfall. If it does become a Category 5, it'll be, of course, the first Category 5 storm this season so far. And here's the key messages for the storm right now. You can stop the video right now and read it if you want to, and that's the English version. And here's the Spanish version as well if you want to stop the video right now and read that. But a really significant storm in terms of rainfall. I believe up to 3 feet of rainfall was forecast for this storm, and then also storm surge up to 21 feet. Also forecast in addition to those 150 mile per hour 1 minute sustained winds. And here's how the storms progressed over the past 3 hours. So you can see those really deep, that really deep convection there, over 90 degrees Celsius cloud tops there. Or not 90, 80 degrees Celsius cloud tops, I'm sorry, in this imagery brand here. And you can see that really clear eye there popping out for a second there, and then looks like it starting to get cloudy again. So maybe trying to undergo an eyewall placement cycle here before landfall. And again, the storm is forecast to kind of stall or meander around the same general region here for the next 3 hours here, and make landfall around sunrise, a little after an hour or two after sunrise here. Tomorrow is when it's forecast to make landfall over Nicaragua. And there's imagery of that, and here's another one as well. And you can see the eye a little bit better there in that satellite imagery there, how it's a really well pronounced eye there. And then it looks like perhaps in the last few frames the eye is perhaps getting clouded over again. It could be just a temporary thing here. It could perhaps be indications of an eyewall placement cycle occurring with this significant storm here. And here's water vapor imagery, and this gives a wider perspective of things as well. No issues at all with this storm. The only issue this storm has from now on is, of course, land. And if it has any internal issues going on with its core there that cause it to weaken like an eyewall placement cycle temporarily, or of course land here is pretty much the only things that I could see, at least in my opinion here, weakening this storm. And then quickly, here's a look at the Western Pacific right now. Of course, we got Tropical Storm 22W, also known as Goni, still active, and we also got, I believe now, Tropical Storm Atsani, also active still in the Western Pacific right now. Here's a look at Tropical Storm Goni, a little bit weaker now at a 35 knot system. It's about 40 miles per hour, which makes this, of course, a weaker end tropical storm. Forecast to maintain its intensity here, and eventually looks like it'll dissipate or turn into a permanent low as it nears Vietnam there within the next few days. And here's satellite imagery of that, and you can easily see why they're keeping it as a weak tropical storm, a sheared storm, but still a tropical storm nonetheless here, and could give Vietnam some rain here if the cloud tops there persist as it nears there, perhaps. And here's a look at Tropical Storm Atsani. 35 knot system is about 40 miles per hour. Forecast to peak as a high-end tropical storm with 60 knots, which is about 70 miles per hour, of course, which would make it a high-end tropical storm. And it's forecast to go right in between Taiwan and the Philippines here off this latest forecast cone, and near China here before it gets pulled off to the southwest there, probably perhaps threatening Hainan or perhaps threatening Vietnam later down the line here, although it's a little bit too early to say here. And of course, the forecast is still uncertain here. Some models still take it towards Taiwan, some still take it towards Luzon in the Philippines here, so just have to wait and see with this particular scenario here. And here's current imagery of the storm right now. As you can see here, there's a rainbow And then here's a water vapor here that gives you just a wider look at things here. Really kind of a broad, not really well organized system at this point in time, which is of course a good thing here, but that could always change here, so just keep a close eye on this system. Regardless, probably going to be a big rain threat for parts of the Western Pacific here. But of course, the main threat being major hurricane ETA here. Again, forecast to reach Category 5 intensity peak as a 140 knot or about 160 mile per hour Category 5 hurricane in Nicaragua in November, no less. Here, the only other Category 5 hurricane in November was, I believe, I think it was 1932 or 1933, if I remember correctly. And I was also in the Caribbean here, and I believe that one peaked as a 175 mile an hour Cat 5, if I'm not mistaken. Not saying this is going to do the same here, but if it does become a Cat 5, it'll be only one, it'll be the one of only two, including this storm here, Cat 5s to occur in the Atlantic Basin in November. So really remarkable storm in its own right here, and a remarkable season here too. So please keep a close eye, at least in the Western Pacific. Western Pacific wise, keep a close eye on Tropical Storm Goni, not Goni, Tropical Storm Atsani. Tropical Storm Goni shouldn't be much of a threat. It's forecast to continue weakening here throughout the next few days as it approaches Vietnam. It might be a little bit of a flooding threat, so just be aware of that. Don't panic, of course, but just be aware about it. Listen to your local officials about it. And for the Atlantic side of things, for those of you guys in Nicaragua and Honduras, please stay safe. Please follow our local officials here and follow the National Hurricane Center for the latest information pertaining this hurricane here. And just listen closely to your local officials here, and hopefully you get through it. It's going to be a really long, scary night and morning here for a lot of the people that are going to be impacted by this. So really hope you guys stay safe and just keep these people in your thoughts and prayers here. The links in the description below for all the links that I use for the tropical update. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And that's going to be about it for this tropical update here. Another record-breaking system in its own right here in terms of names. We tied 2005 in terms of names, and if it does become a Cat 5, it'll be only one of only two November Category 5s, including this one. The only other Cat 5 was, I believe, like I said, in the 1930s, early 1930s. So hope everybody has a great day or night wherever you guys are. Stay safe, of course. Until then, see you guys in the next video. Peace.